In Psalm 145, verse 7, the psalmist says that among God's people, in the worship of God's people, that they'll give testimony of your goodness, O Lord. Testimony's always played a really important part in the worship of God's people. Testimony is simply us testifying to, telling of the goodness of God, that God's been at work in our life. Now, this Sunday coming, you're going to tell the sermon. The sermon about God is going to come from us sharing our testimonies, putting Psalm 145 into action. And I want to encourage you to, we don't want to pressurise people, but if God's been at work in your life, come ready to share what God's doing. I want to give you a couple of reasons why you should testify. First of all, it's your testimony. No one else can tell what God has done in your life. And if you don't tell the story, no one gets to hear it. The second thing is that through testimony, God is glorified. God's glorified when we tell other people about his greatness and his love and his goodness and his care and his compassion and what he's done in our lives. And so we give our testimonies because it glorifies God, but we also share our testimony because it edifies God's people. I love the word edify. It's about building up and strengthening and encouraging. And boy, we need that, don't we? I need encouraging. I need strengthening. And when we share our testimony, that's what happens. People get encouraged and they get built up in their faith. They realise that God is at work among us as God's people right here at Westlake. And our faith level goes up because we realise that if God did it for them, he can do it for us. And so this Sunday, it's time for testimony. At the end of the summer, when we've kind of all been apart, please come and join us at Picnic Church. Please bring some food so that you can share some fellowship. But most of all, if you're able to, and we don't want to pressurise people, but if you're able to, bring the stories of what God is doing and has been doing recently in your life. And let's have a real time of building one another up and glorifying God as we head into the new church year in September. Really looking forward to seeing you on that Sunday. God bless.